Hi everyone, I'm Nikki and I'm Fundraising Manager at Hope for Tomorrow, and I'd like for you to meet Sheenagh, one of our patients from the Yorkshire area who uses our mobile cancer care units at Hope for Tomorrow. So welcome Sheenagh, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Hello everybody.
Good. So Sheenagh, we just want to talk to you really about talking about the mobile cancer care units and how it's affected you and your family. So really, what was your first impressions of the mobile cancer care unit, and was it what you expected?
It was and it wasn't. I've had chemo previously to the mobile unit being available. So I've actually been to Hodu and had the full session there, as you would normally, travelling for me 20 miles to get there. So having the opportunity of this mobile unit was wonderful for me. It was more personal. You just have the ratio per sort of a nurse to yourself is much less, and therefore quicker. And I loved it. I love the atmosphere, and I love going in and having a little chat and everybody can talk because it's a calmer atmosphere.
A lot of people call them the unit's party buses. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Mild party buses.
So you just touched on kind of what I was going to say is, like, how did it make you feel with your treatment? How does it differ to what's in the hospital environment?
It's just a shorter time, and of course the distance in getting there. Thing with cancer, anything helps because it invades your life, it invades your family's life. Everything you touch and to do with becomes cancer orientated. So anything that helps that along the line and makes it easier for yourself is a godsend. Sorry. So going to somewhere which is more personable, shorter distance, as I said, to even get there, makes a world of difference, not only because going there, but when you've had your treatment, to get back home again. And it seems a long time after my first chemos was something like 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours long treatments. So that was reduced again on the bus to probably 4 or 5. It made a huge difference.
Brilliant. So when you heard about COVID and when we were hit with lockdown, how did that make you feel regarding your cancer regime process?
It was a little nerve-wracking, to be honest, because you're thinking, I've got to go to hospital. And obviously at the time, hospitals were treating COVID patients. Mm-hmm. And being vulnerable yourself normally, never mind with this, was quite worrying. I tend to be a laid-back person anyway. That aside, it was definitely a bit of a eye-opener, and your eyes are, you're wondering what on earth and how you're going to, get your treatment. And the fact that you can go to a separate place makes it all safer and happier. You're calmer with dealing with it.
Do you find that the nurses are also, do you think they were calmer? How does that?
Yes, I think they felt better in themselves, easier in themselves, and dealing with patients who obviously are going to feel easier as well. Less nervous and less frightened, really, to be honest.
It is. It's been a scary time, hasn't it? So
it has.
Imagine. So what difference has the mobile cancer care units made to you, your family, friends, work, etc.?
For me personally, it's given me independence because it's a 20-mile journey to Airedale for where I'm just under actually. I would usually get my mother to take me in the morning, and then she'd go home, and then one of my sons would pick me up in the evening after my treatment had finished. Now I set off 10 minutes beforehand, park up, go and have my treatment, and leave and drive home. And it stopped everybody not losing their jobs, but having to ask their bosses if they can come and collect me or leave early. And that knock-on effect that cancer has, it's just made a huge difference.
Do you find that, with parking, especially with some locations, does that made a difference as well? Cost of parking and
a huge difference, because I have to go every week I have a pick line, so that has to be flushed every week. And again, instead of going down to Airedale, which is fab, they're lovely, don't get me wrong, but again, it's a 5-minute journey into town now. Parking in Booth's car park, which is lovely, go and have my flush done, or even my chemo, and I can do a bit of shopping when it's not locked down, I'm allowed in. But
even better.
Yes, independence, I suppose, is the bottom line on that. You don't feel quite so dependent on people.
So that kind of just linked into what I was going to say. So what are the benefits and how does it make you feel? You kind of covered majority of that, but would you add anything else? You know, is there anything?
Again, and people you meet there tend to be local, more local people. Granted, you probably recognise some of them, but you do find that common denominator thing starts to happen again, that club-like feeling, and you know that if you see them out and about, there's that recognition and a smile. You're already talking before you even think. It's that community, I suppose, thing that comes through as well, being on the local unit.
And I hear the drivers play a big part.
They're awesome.
Of keeping everyone entertained. And
They do. They're very good. And it's a huge team. I can see it's a huge team. And it makes it all run easier and calmer for everybody. And it gives them something. They're doing something as well. And you get to know the driver as well. And there's that chat, and every week you're catching up with their lives, not just yours.
yeah.
So, yes, it's like a club, really, I suppose.
It's not just the whole focus on cancer, is it? And
no. In fact, that sort of drops down so many levels that other things take over with everybody, how everybody is and what they've been doing last week, etc., etc. Like a hub. It's more a hub.
That's nice. That's good. So really, one question on my mind is, what are you most looking forward to once COVID and it's all in a distant memory? What are you most looking forward to, Sheenagh?
Going out for dinner somewhere, I think. I think it doesn't sound very rich or, but just getting out of the walls. I mean, I have popped out. I have a dog, so I do walk. But that's been it since February. And it would be smashing to go out and just anywhere, somewhere different.
Anywhere.
Yes. Nice dinner somewhere.
Don't blame you. So really, why should people support Hope for Tomorrow to keep us going the distance for cancer patients across England?
Because it makes people with cancer, it makes their lives easier. It gives them the opportunity to go somewhere, cut their time of medication down, and it's convenient. It's the nice people, they're in there as well. As I say, you meet local people, can actually open the door and you start to make friends of a different ilk because it's local again. If you go to Airedale, that's fine, it's lovely, and you chat to people, you always do, but they probably live another 20 miles the other side. And at least locally, you, as I say, you either recognise or you soon get to know the 4 people that you are on the bus. I shouldn't say that, should I? The mobile unit. I get into trouble.
They get called all sorts of names, but yeah, mobile cancer care unit.
That's it. That's the one, isn't it? Yes.
That's brilliant, Sheenagh. It's so lovely to hear positive stories as well, and how the units benefit you. And it's such a difficult time for everyone, but especially people going through cancer. So we really appreciate your time, and lovely to hear how you benefit as well for us to keep going the distance. So I thank you very much, Sheenagh, and we look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Smashing. Thank you, Nikki. All the best.
Thanks, everyone. So that was just a kind of an update of why we go the distance.
Smashing.